ES, PMZ. And I just noticed we weren't recording, so I got that. Yeah, so Sam, for the set and forget zones, right? Those are given to people who more than likely aren't going to be sitting in front of the screen. So they can't wait for confirmation in zones if they, for whatever reason. So the zone, if it's a set and forget zone, it would be an aggressive entry at that zone. Yep, this PMZ definitely, SPX candle definitely opened way different than how the ES candle opened. So I will be moving the zone so that it matches. And that low was about 14 points below the wick low on ES. So 14, that's going to put me right about here. And I'm going to try there. And I need to shrink this zone so that it matches. So that I can see the PMZ there. I heard you come back, John.
I did, Mel. I was looking, sorry, I'm being quiet because I'm looking for my PMZ. It's gone missing. So I'm trying to figure out where it's at.
Uh-uh.
I wonder if I
Uh-uh.
accidentally took it off. Let's
Go
see.
to your studies.
PMZ, that's why for some reason it
Yeah.
was taken off there. I was like, all right, let's put it in there.
Fat Shark, my risk number on the NASDAQ is 76.45.
Yeah.
76.45. Now, ES and NASDAQ, both guys are above their PMCs. Both of them are finding support at a level on my chart. You're getting a little bounce, and that level is above the PMC.
And yeah, the sudden spike that we had this morning is what made that PMZ pretty wild. So, so now you guys know if you have a PMZ and we have a sudden spike, like in the last 30 minutes, 45 minutes, it will create like a wider PMZ. It's sort of rare, but if econ data keeps coming out and it's like wild or anything like that, it does have an impact on that. So that's why you got to be armed with, other strategies just in case we don't get a PMZ trade or it's too wide for you. Be ready to try something else.
For those looking at the pullback to the PMZ to get long, I like to create alerts at the PMZ. If you want to trade it aggressively to the upside, just have your bid in waiting at the top of the PMZ. For me, given just the overall sentiment in the market as of late, I'm not going to take that aggressive approach at the top of the PMZ here.
And what I'll do, guys, I will sacrifice, and it's actually, I don't even have conviction, to be honest with you, but sometimes I like it because it's smaller money. I'm just gonna take the trade and show you what happens. Don't follow me. But yeah, I mean, obviously something's gonna happen. I either get stopped out or I don't, but I'm just gonna show you what that looks like. So if I were to walk away, so we're gonna do some hypotheticals. We're gonna pretend here. And by the way, we're coming down and hitting that first liquidity chop, but I'm gonna come down. It's 12 points wide, right? I'm gonna get a bracket order ready. And that's
NASDAQ
not,
traders, you came down to the PMZ, guys.
yeah, and real quick, let me make sure I make this clear. I'm not doing that because Mel says she's not. I don't want us to sound like we're like butting heads or anything. I'm only doing it for just to show you what it looks like to set it up. Okay. So I'm going to come down and I'm going to put 12 points on the stop. Is it 12.1? I'm going to say 13. 13. By the way, that liquidity chop worked perfect. Who in here has a bunch of money? Somebody had their order sitting right there. Or that stop, right? We were talking about how it takes liquidity grab, taking all those people's stops, then created that nice big move to the upside. And now those people are thinking, oh my gosh, what just happened? I lost my long. Now they're going to start chasing. And if I was in charge of the market, I'd make them chase right around the top of the liquidity chop or right around this automated target that we're getting close to. All right, 7331. Seventy-three 30 20. There we go. So there's our automated target that we just hit from the liquidity chop down here. If we could get one more pump into the top of the liquidity chop, that would be perfect.
You're at your 4-hour auto target right there, guys, on ES and just close enough on NASDAQ as well. That is resistance.
Yeah, 40% on the SPX. That is a wow. That's a that's a lot of implied vol, man.
It was up to 54% yesterday.
God dang. I remember when we first started seeing a lot of volatility, and
And
JC
we
and I
thought
were
30
talking.
was a lot.
Yeah, JC was like 30, man. Now it's like 50. There's our all right. So there's our
Next target.
liquidity. Yep, next target. Let's see if they flush them or if they just keep it going. Nasdaq might move a little bit more here, but
NASDAQ's right at a weekly edge, John.
hmm yep, right there. See that?
It's also the bearish GP.
I don't know. Is something moving nicely here? I was down a lot. Now I'm green and I'm trying to figure out what it is. Give me 1 second.
Hood. Do you happen to be in Hood?
Oh my God. Is it up a lot?
6.5%.
Are you freaking serious?
Yeah.
This is
Are
the
you
one that,
in Hood?
no, it's the one that my brother and I yesterday were like, we're going to go big. And it was either Hood.
Mm-mm.
It definitely was Hood. Oh man, I got to text him now. He's supposed to be over here, but his wife needed a little bit of extra time. He's gonna be like, dude. AMC up 5.2%, about 1,000 shares last week, I think it was. A whole thousand. My stop is 0. Hopefully it does something for my grandkids. Maybe they'll sell all their property one day. I don't know. So we hit the liquidity chop, we pulled down. So we've taken stops, right? So I'm just in the mindset of big money. I took stops from people down on the low side. I took stops on people on the short side where they're trying to go short. Now everybody's getting frustrated. Not us, right? We got the levels, but other people. Okay, that looks good. So this is really just for me between the liquidity chop, not going to do anything. I was really looking forward to a little bit lower there on the PMZ. I usually will trade my liquidity chops because the idea is I'm going to go long when they take other people's stops. But we were just so darn close. I was like, well, I'll wait a few more points, but that's okay. Well, it looks like a few points, but it's actually about 4 or 5. All right, so I do have a 1, 2, right at an edge, risk of 34. Yeah, that sounds amazing. Nope. All right, I'm gonna take a break for a few minutes. Like seriously, just about 5 minutes or so. Okay. I feel like it's needed. I don't want to watch this next candle.
Oh, wow. Are you in an entry? Yeah, I noticed that too, CJC. The Russell is very much bullish today. Nice pullback there, guys, from the daily edge mid on SPX and SPX. Daily edge mid acted as resistance. Same with the ES, and the NASDAQ did hit my sell zone there at that lower weekly edge, and it came down to that first target, 28,844. So watch the NASDAQ chopping between those levels before the PMZ, but the NASDAQ did provide a really clean, nice long off the top of the PMZ already today. I'm not sure if anyone caught that. I did call it out with the NASDAQ pulling back to the PMZ. So, not sure if y'all caught it or not for NASDAQ traders. SPX and ES coming back to test the resistance again as the NASDAQ is also coming back to test the resistance level. Still not at my sell zone and not at a buy zone, so nothing for me personally to do. Traders that like trading off of the 15-minute cloud. Price is testing the bottom of the 15-minute cloud right now. Nice, Sam. Very good. Glad to see you caught that. NASDAQ move. Very nice. Very nice. Very nice. All right. ES just hit a target for me, and SPX and XSP getting close to yesterday's close. So it's actually a really nice recovery when you consider how low the market went this morning to where it is right now. That was a very nice recovery. Even if you draw fibs from yesterday's close on the chart to the low today, prices hitting the imposter level, and then 73.80 on SPX would be the 887 target before the line in the sand. So we expect a pullback, right, at that imposter. Watch to see if the 618 holds as support, and then you can target the 887 and then eventually up into that first sell zone, guys. Just looking on John's charts, it looks like his ES and his NASDAQ chart are both at resistance. My ES chart, the ES came right into my sell zone there. John, I'm not sure if you're back, but let me know. I don't want to overstep if you're trying to talk. All right. Cell zones are, yeah, you're not getting my confirmation process inside of these potential cell zones on the futures chart. So there's been no reason for me to potentially go short. I mentioned this morning that those zones I would be waiting for confirmation before going long or short. And yeah, so no confirmation as of yet in the ES and NASDAQ potential sell zones. What a rally, though, from the low to this high. It doesn't look like a lot on the chart because there has been so much range recently, but that's 20, let's see, third 40, 44 points. That's pretty impressive move right off the bat. But remember, straight up into resistance, guys. Again, no confirmation on the futures charts for me to potentially go short from there. All right, NASDAQ's gotten itself back up above the lower weekly edge. It's coming into very close to the line in the sand. You have a 5 minute ultra squeeze, pretty much well, last candle was the white arrow ultra squeeze, and now you're getting the continuation move. Line in the sand is the next target on the NASDAQ, and then from there, the top of this zone at 29,302. As far as the ES chart goes, the lower weekly edge with price coming from below it, we treat it as resistance inside of this bearish GP. Still looking for confirmation for me before going short from this area. And if you are looking for the aggressive or the closer zone to potentially go long from, and you're not wanting to wait all the way for the PMZ, you can just use some Fibonacci's on today's price action. And if you do that, I'm going to remove these other levels off the chart so that I just have Fibonacci's on there. If you run those Fibonacci's, you will find that the bottom of the zone, somewhere around 73.77 to 73.68 is the bull channel and on ES, and that lines up with your 5 minute cloud and the daily edge mid. So you got some confluence there, but price is that puts it right at a resistance area. So the risk to reward would be sketch unless you wait for a pullback closer to the daily edge mid and the 38.2. Then the next zone, the zone that I love to trade, is the 50 and 618 of this morning's move. And that zone, I would use that bottoming wick of that candle on ES. And it would be 73.63 to 73.52.76. Good morning, Robert. The red on the SPX chart supply. Yeah, that's correct. The gray zone has candlestick structure, Robert, but it's not a zone that I'm looking to just blindly go short at. All right, you're getting a pullback now right at the bottom of the bull channel, guys. So if you're short from the ES or NASDAQ sell zone, I would take a trim here and move my stop to break even, because this is an area that I would be looking for buyers to step in. If I'm short, I want to go ahead and collect some profits there. I like the confluence on this 3-minute chart above the PMZ on SPX. The confluence is the inside and up candlestick structure. And I know it's only on a 3-minute chart, but the move is one that, given that we have had a larger range, I'm just going to mark this as a potential buy zone there. And it's above the PMZ. That is in case we don't get the pullback. So it'd be using the 618 by the low of the day today.
I like all that, Mel. I went to had to go out to the dock and we got a nice push. It's kind of why I walked away for a few minutes there, guys. Looks like, you know.
I didn't know if you were long and that's why you were walking
No,
away,
no,
or
no. I would tell you guys. Yeah, it would be on the screen if I did, but no, I wasn't. That's not why. I just knew that I needed to rest for just a few minutes and let the market kind of do its thing. So, just something I've been practicing, kind of get away and let it work out. I mean, what I'm seeing is I'm watching this 4 hour. It's inside and up on the 4 hour, and now we're
it's
just
got to be right into an inside and
it
down
did.
then.
Yeah, yeah,
I'm
exactly.
like, wait a minute, there's
Yeah,
because I know we're right at an inside and down.
yeah, yeah. So it's just really choppy. So, or it's gonna be that way until we can at least get over the 7,400 area. Then maybe, but still, there's a lot the Bulls have to do, and the Bears don't have to do a whole lot to scare traders with that low that came in. But I really today, Mel, it's one of those days where for me, I want to put an alert probably around the 618 of the entire move and then put a low or sorry, an alert underneath the low and just kind of sit back and relax if I don't get a PMZ trade today. So that's what I plan on doing. That is my plan. Feel like I was robbed there of the old ESPMZ by a few points, but it's never too late. I think I'm gonna put that set and forget trade in like I said earlier for the long side, just in case. Do we have any econ data coming out or anything in the next 30 minutes to an hour? Yeah, DMC. Everybody loves the doc trade. I think that I time it, right? I'm probably 90%. Every time I go to the doc, the market goes up. That's pre-planned, you know. It works. Also gives me a moment to get a little bit of sunshine on my face, so I enjoy it. 611. 742. Okay. All right. I'm trying to think what I have here. Let me try this. I I edited or I created this shortcut on my mouse. It's crazy. If I just barely move the wheel, it moves at like 1,000 miles an hour, which is not a good thing. So on the strikes, I roll my mouse and then it goes all the way to the end very quickly. So it's hard for me to put in the trades I want to put in sometimes. 745, there we go. Sell 249. Big level here. I mean, I was thinking about, I like the idea of getting short up here, but I also like the idea into tomorrow. So not a zero DT, but tomorrow buying some calls. But yeah, I'm just gonna hold off. Let me look at NVIDIA, see if there's anything I need to do there. And my entry's still 15 points here. Jeez. Yeah.
SPX room or futures traders, if you went long from that bull channel that I called out, you are right back at target again.
Ooh, Fed hike news or chatter about a Fed hike? And news about inflation surging. Inflation surging. That ain't news to me. That's been going on a while, man. I'm loving all this new information about tip culture. A lot of people are having a hard time with the inflation is going up so much, which means your tips go up big time. And some good information out there that I find interesting. So far, I gave you about 20% on the open. I'm leaving it alone. Like I said yesterday, it's just a fun trade. We'll see what happens. What you got? What you got? Uh, hmm All right, so let's see. It's 9 o'clock. We got about 30 minutes. I'm going to go ahead and set my trade up for the PMZ just in case I'm not in front of the screens. I don't know, Mel, on your side, can you tell me your top PMZ number, please, on
Yeah,
the
of
ES
course.
futures?
ES top is 7330.7,
Okay,
bottom 7318.6.
okay. All right, I just want to make sure mine was right here. I'm going to come down 73.30. Let's do 730.31. Man, we're far from there. Goodness gracious. Okay. All right, cool. Got that in. two, three. Is this your short setup right here, Mel, or not yet? Has it hit one of your? Trying to see your SPX chart real quick.
Dude, ES already set up and played down to the 38.2 a short from my sell zone.
Mm-hmm.
So this would be a second opportunity now, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So
Okay.
from that ES sell zone. SPX and XSP have not made it up into the sell zone. It came very close within 3.5 points, but not to it.
Okay. See if we can get all the way back down to the PMZ. Make me happy.
That's really low.
I know. It is, it's a lot to ask for, that's for sure. It really is. Oh, 1 second.
Looks like, guys, if you shorted the sell zone again on ES, you came back down to that 38.2 and the daily edge mid. Remember, daily edge mid, when price is coming from the bottom, right? Or coming from above, we treat the daily edge mid as support. And so far on ES and the SPX, each test of the daily edge mid has been support since we got above it. I would continue treating it as support until proven otherwise. That means you can go long off that daily edge mid as a trade and just take your profits at the sell zone. And notice the daily edge mid, right, lines up with the bull channel there. Nice pop, SPX, ES, all of that making new highs on the day. And SPX and XSP coming very close to where they closed yesterday. NASDAQ, that next target, we've made it up into the sell zone. The next target is the line in the sand and then the top of that zone. And for ES, it's going to be the same thing. But ES is struggling at the lower weekly edge right now. Bears want to keep price below that level, and bulls want to reclaim it, use it as support. Like what is happening with the NASDAQ. NASDAQ reclaimed the lower weekly edge, and on pullbacks, it's acting as support. That, my friends, is the goal of bulls with this ES chart. Got a nice quick trade I did off of the bull channel on that pullback and just using XSP this morning because of the extremely high volatility again, which makes for very expensive option prices. So it was basically long from the bull channel and the daily edge mid on the pullback with the risk to reward doing the typical confirmation was not good. So I waited to get a better risk to reward, then took the trade and exited up here at the sell zone. Anybody else happen to trade long out of that bull channel? Awesome. Way to go, Kevin. I see Kevin answered in the trendy room.
Making that
Anyone?
money. Making that money,
CJ
Kevin.
did. Nice job. Pam did. Done for the day.
Oh, nice. Good job.
Caesar got the pullback on in the rally before that one. So we're getting some opportunities to buy a bull channel pullback, guys, because it's lined up with the daily edge mid or the halfway pullback of yesterday's range. That's a good place to look to go long. John, I was going to mention when you were setting up your PMZ trade and you felt like it was really far away. You see that big old imbalance candle there above the PMZ? Hello, John. Can y'all hear me? Did I go radio silent? Check, check. Okay, y'all can hear me. All right, John might have walked away, so that's fine. I was just going to tell him so y'all can listen. Tell us, John S says, that big imbalance candle, it's marked. If you're in the SPX room, it's marked on my screen because of the big imbalance candle. That's where I have a buy zone right now. And that is before the PMZ. And it's just based on the imbalance move out of that lines up with a pullback to NASDAQ's PMZ and its imbalance move. Doc, you went long XSP. Yeah. Hey, XSP wasn't bad profit today on that move from this bull channel up to the sell zone. It was actually good profits. So nice job on that, Doc. All right. If you're not already long, I don't want to FOMO you into any sort of trade at a resistance level. All I would say is to remember the key Fibonacci levels and trendy edge that on a pullback, you can look to go long from there if you like the risk to reward to the sell zone. Okay. There you go. ES trying, making a new high. SPX making a new high. Finally, looks like it filled that gap to yesterday's close. That does put it at the inside and down there on the 2 and 4 hour charts from yesterday's price action, guys. So SPX for me is now officially in a potential sell zone. This is not a set and forget zone for me, so I have no orders just setting here. If you're aggressive with it, then you can take a short right from this zone. Nice, Kevin. Kevin got 500 on the day. Way to go. Way to go. Michael, you took that long also from the bull channel. Nice job. All right. In a sell zone, what I'm looking for as far as confirmation goes is a high to be established, then get a lower high, and then a break below the body. If and only if the risk to reward makes sense. It has to, for me, be at least a 1-for-1 risk to reward. I'm watching very closely here as the ES is setting at its lower weekly edge. Watching really close to see if if bulls can hold that or if bears are still in control and keep price below that lower weekly edge. So far, NASDAQ has maintained control. The bulls have maintained control of the lower weekly edge on NASDAQ. And the NASDAQ and ES charts actually have not come back to their line in the sand. Yeah, Sam, I know you want to go long, but you got a lot going on up here, right? This is not the place I would look to go long, Sam. And it's not the place that I went long. I went long from a pullback to the bull channel and the daily edge mid, playing it back up to these levels. All right, so far making a higher high in the sell zone, and so no confirmation for me to go short as of yet.
Jeopardy song queuing.
Okay, there you are.
Oh, I'm listening to Jeopardy song in the background.
Oh, I was
I'm just
calling your
waiting.
name, trying to
You
get your
were?
attention. Yeah, I got nothing.
No,
I
were
was
you
like,
really? I've been on the mic. I've been listening. I didn't hear you say
really?
my name. Yeah,
Yeah,
sorry.
about 10 minutes ago.
Oh, yeah,
That's
I
why
might have.
everybody's like, I can hear you. Yes, I can
Oh,
hear
okay,
you.
okay, okay. Sorry about that. Yeah, I might have been away just for a split second. Ashley had to
Gotcha.
call me,
Gotcha.
but no, I'm here. I'm queuing the Jeopardy song right now.
Oh, I know what I was going
What's
to
up?
just suggest
hmm
is with the PMZ being so far away,
hmm
but the imbalance candle on ES this morning, that lines up with when the NASDAQ came back to its PMZ and created an imbalance candle as well. So maybe possibly that would be a little higher buy zone, right? Than
hmm
the actual PMZ.
mm
You know what I mean?
hmm Yeah, yeah, for sure. Uh, okay. Sorry, I just came across something else I need to ask about. What in the world?
If anyone is short the sell zone on SPX or ES, you're at first target, the 236. Next target would be the 38.2. That's going to be 73.66 for SPX and 73.73, 73.73 and a half for ES. The good old NASDAQ pulling back again. But still, so far, holding the 5-minute cloud, it looks like monthly edge mid maybe, and the lower weekly edge on the NAS. And again, another possible area to buy a dip if you are feeling FOMO'd. It's better rather than buying highs straight at resistance. Wait for the pullback to this bull channel. Yeah, so Robbie, is that a short on SPX? It's a short. This gray zone, because it's above price, that is a potential sell zone. But vice versa, just below there, because we're in choppy conditions, though, you got a potential buy zone that's worked 2 or 3 times to the upside back up to that sell zone.
Hey Mel, are you measuring from the 8:30 candle? Well, 9:30 your time. Are you using something else?
For ES?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm just measuring from the low of the opening session to the
Okay.
high.
So 73.34 up to
Hmm.
about, okay, cool.
Yeah, just the low to the high because I need it to match SPX, and I'm doing low to high there. All right, here is a confirmation from that sell zone, guys, but I want you to notice that the risk is 11 points and the reward is 3. Not a trade for me. So you can wait for a better risk to reward or just be patient and not take the trade. Up to you. The better risk to reward, of course, is going to be up here closer to the line in the sand in the sell zone. And then the first reward, of course, is at 236. Yeah, DMC, the high volatility has all options very expensive today. Yes, for sure. So far, guys, on the 15-minute chart, all we're doing is just basically hanging out right at the 15-minute EMA cloud. JK, it would be both, but when I'm figuring my risk to reward, I like to figure the closest target to give me an accurate risk to reward. And you can see if I hadn't figured the 236 as a first target, I mean, we're getting a bounce directly off of that 23.6, right? NASDAQ and ES both pullbacks to their 5-minute clouds, guys, have been buy the dip opportunities so far. And pullbacks to bull channels have been buy the dip opportunities so far.
Yeah, and since they have, I decided to start another oil short just in case the market wants to keep bidding off of that bullish channel that Mel's telling you guys about. I feel like the oil could drop. Oil is a hard one. Quite honestly, I don't have tight stops on them. So whether I'm trading oil minis, oil options, CL options, micros, I keep a very loose stop because the market's volatile. So we keep getting it. I could see where it would be really difficult for people shorting oil because we'll get these war tweets and we get a huge spike. And so I just keeping an open mind, keeping really wide stop. In my head, it's like $10, which is crazy. That's like $10,000 on a mini. On a micro, it'd be $1,000, so a lot easier on the micro side. Or using CL as a catalyst, or sorry, an instrument to short. I'm also short, as you guys know, USO into next year. So, but I'm trying to do the long. You see here on ES futures, made quick buck there, and then I'm starting to short oil again. So
All right, that most recent short from the sell zone with the confirmation or the aggressive play played out. So it hit target. That means it's a whole new setup now if I get confirmation in that zone. There we go. There's a line in the sand. I've been waiting for the ES and NASI to hit. Guys, if you're still long from the bull channel or wherever you're long from, that would be your next target. Then the tops of these zones, next target. Oh, okay, John has different zone. On ES, that's the monthly edge mid up there for me. You see a monthly edge mid on your chart, John, on
uh,
ES?
um, let's see on ES. I don't, not on my 5 minutes. Sorry.
It's
It's
about,
probably because I don't have 30 days loaded.
yeah,
That's
it's
why.
about 74.05, 74.06.
Okay, cool. Got that.
Right about where price is at right now. That's, yeah,
Okay. I'm
come on.
trimming one of my longs here on the micros. I can only show you guys two. I have ES and MCL on here, but I'm also long on the micro ES.
You should put micro up there since you're not still in ES.
Let's see. Well, I might jump in. Let's see if I short. Let's see. There you go. And then 74.37. Come down a few out there. We'll go there. And if we can keep moving up, I'm going to add into my short on oil futures.
Is the oil still going up? Golly.
It
Man, I
was.
need
We got
it.
a huge spike on it this morning. I mean,
Dude,
well, yeah.
I had to buy gas again, paying over $4 a gallon. It's like, come
Dang.
on. But 7-Eleven on the 7th and the 11th give you 50 cents off a gallon. So I only put enough gas in my big old SUV to get through a couple of days, and then I'll fill her up with 50 cents off a gallon.
There you go. Wait a minute. Now I know probably when you were calling me where I was. I was trying to get Summit to stop barking 1 second.
Oh man, DJ, diesel is outrageous. outrageous here. I don't know about New Orleans, but in Florida, over $5 a gallon. Oh, wow, Caesar are on the beach? I'm surprised that it isn't, higher than that, honestly, if y'all are in California. Wow, that's crazy. Whew, Lord, it's hot. Um, it's already 85 degrees here, guys, and it's only 10:30 in the morning. Wow, that's really expensive for diesel. DMC, that's a nice price, 340. All right, guys, if you're waiting for confirmation in the sell zone, we got a high at 73.96 and a half. Now I'm watching this next 3-minute candle. Does it create a lower high? If it does, considering risk to reward, I'm going to just talk to you about this right away because a break below the body would be a break below 73.85.79. And that gives me about 5 whole points of reward, and it gives me a whopping 11 points of risk. So again, the risk to reward factor is just not good using confirmation in this zone with my targets this close. So if you want to trade this zone to the downside, what I'm saying is it's going to be better without the confirmation and just have a tight stop. Speaking of, if you shorted it, you're at that first target again, the 23.6, as the ES pulls back to the 23.6 and the very crucial spot of the lower weekly edge. NASDAQ bulls have done their job to get NASDAQ back over the lower weekly edge, and all morning it has acted as support. We're looking for ES to do the same thing now. That means, guys, also, if you're looking to go long, right, you can use the Fibonacci levels. I thought John had them drawn on his chart. It looks like he took them off. So for ES traders in the trending room, you don't see my charts. The bull channel here, just use the lower weekly edge, and then the bottom of that bull channel is 73.78 and a half. There it is.
There it is. There it is. There
I
we
knew you
go.
drawn it on there, and then I looked
Yeah.
over and I was like, it's gone.
Yeah. Sorry. Yep. Oh my God, my voice, man. Whew. Good times. Allergies have been pretty bad around here. How's y'all seaweed situation down there, Mel?
Dude,
Pretty
did you
bad?
see Miami?
Yeah, I saw something on TikTok and I thought it was a joke. I thought like literally I thought it was AI and then I was like, "Holy crap, man."
I mean,
He's
we
like, "We
just
came on vacation and this is what we got." And everybody's like giving him a hard time. "Oh, it's seaweed." But I'm like, "Dude, that is bad."
I will not get in that.
Uh-uh.
Mm-mm. It gives me the heebie-jeebies,
And
that stuff, like, rubbing up against my legs.
yeah.
No,
Well, and honestly, I think that's sarcasm, right? Or sargasm or whatever they call it. But if
Sar
you
sorghum
uh
grass.
right, if you get in there, you'll
Uh-huh.
see what we call like sea lice, which are baby jellies, and they're all over that stuff.
Yep.
So
And
you will get
they,
bit to pieces.
yeah, it stings. I get horrible, no, mm-mm. All right, those of you that are short below this sell zone or in this sell zone, price come down into first target, next target on SPX is 73.70 and a half, on ES 73.78. And NASDAQ, you're sitting at your 5-minute cloud. Robert, I believe John is shorting the micro oil futures, MCL. Nice touch of the 38.2 right there, guys, for ES and SPX. Watch to see if this holds as resistance. You just got, if you're trading XSP, $50 a contract on that short right there. Next potential buy zone for me is going to be back at the 50 and the 618 in alignment with the daily edge mid, in alignment where we bounced early this morning. But the bottom of the bull channel is a buy the dip opportunity, playing it back up into 73.85 on SPX, and the lower weekly edge 73.90 basically on ES.
Yeah, I agree, William. It'd be nice if we could get a little bit lower. It'd be nice to come back to the imbalance of the opening candle way down there. That would make me really happy. Get down to the PMZ, take a shot down there. But as long as, like Mel said, as long as we're hitting these bullish levels here, might as well take advantage of them. So you can see on the micros, I keep adding in over here on the chart
Are you
right
short?
there.
Yeah.
No, I'm actually long here. I'm adding at these 38.2s and 23.6. Let me bring that over here. And I'm gonna sell one right there. This is kind of like I'm trying to do a long approach. I was saying earlier, I'm sort of bullish into tomorrow. Short term, I want to use the ES minis to go short. So to make the quicker, faster money. And if I'm under on the micros, that's okay. So I'll short with the minis and go long with the micros. If I'm wrong, the micros will keep taking off and I'll keep making money. But my next trims are way up here at 74.30 and some change.
Anyone long from the bottom of the bull channel again, you are at target again. Way to go, Sammy. 590 done for the day. Just trading those bull channels and the sell zone, right, Sammy? Yep, it works. It works. You just got to take the trades.
Yeah, just have to execute.
All right, here you are again. It's very, very, very tight range, guys. It's a slow melt up so far. 5-minute clouds holding as support, the bull channel holding as support. That can all change on a dime, as we have seen over the last several days. But for now, that's what we got. We got a sell zone that we reject back into the bull channel. We got a bull channel that we pop back into the sell zone, and everything in between. There is nothing in between because they are stacked on top of each other. Who am I kidding? AJ, it doesn't look like a lot, but if you buy the bottom of this bull channel and you get 15 SPX points, that's good profits. That's great profits, actually. So, and vice versa. If you're shorting the sell zone and you get 15 points to the downside, again, great profits. It doesn't look like much on the chart, but 15 SPX points is good profits. Flynn, the bull channel is the 23.6, 38.2 Fibonacci levels. The bottom of the bull channel is that 38.2. Yeah, AJ, it's very fast price action. Well, there we are again, guys. All right, I'm going to hop off of here. It's been an hour and 10 minutes for me. So I'm going to hop off, but I'll be around the charts all day. So if y'all need something, just tag me and I will hear the alert in the chat. Okay.
Hey guys, sorry I didn't get to say bye or anything. I'm sitting in the background. I'm just trying to be patient here. Lots of points being made from a micro perspective. I feel like my personality for today is fitting into the let's sit and wait. We either come down here and that will make me happy to add into some trades, or we move up to here where I'm looking at possibly going short. Everything between here is more of a micro strategy, taking quick trades, taking quick ins and outs. Um, and I'm prepping myself here in case we get some sort of catalyst that pushes us up and over. Then I have, I think, three more contracts left here. And then I'll trim, and you guys can see the trims up here. So again, longer term going into tomorrow, maybe pull this one up to there. If I can get up into here, then I would close these, for a win. I could have already taken my money for today, but I'm just going to sit and hold. And then from a short perspective, if this high stays intact here, then I really do think that price can come down into the 62 area, which would make me really happy on the ES futures. But that is quite some distance away to the 618. So just going to have to be patient here. And far as today is concerned, I don't want to watch all the small candles. So maybe a little bit longer than my typical 30 to 90 minutes. I think today is just I'm going to chalk it up as a chop day and get away from the screens for a little bit, take care of a couple errands, and see what can happen. Remember what they say: if I go to the dock, it seems like the market goes up. If I have to run errands, then typically the market goes down. Let's see if I can break that tradition, though.